All right, so we're recording. We got one more coming in here.
Yeah, our power went off here. This is Pat at about 9:45 Friday night, actually before the worst of this stuff hit. And it came back on about 10 minutes after 5 Sunday night.
Oh, no.
I was on generator the whole time, so
You were glad to hear Ned too, weren't you, Pat?
I didn't have any of the radios on, so I didn't hear Ned.
Cliff, how did that cable work?
What cable?
It just worked just fine, Joe. Used it last night.
Great.
Solved my problem.
All right. Well, let's see. Well, we got one more coming in here and then we'll get started. I'll keep trying to watch it and see if we got to add anybody else. But I think we're pretty good so far. All right. Well, once again, thank you for joining us, Delta Club. This is the December 2021 meeting. I'd like to go ahead and say that if anybody's in future world looking at the video and wondering where the heck the November meeting is, we lost it. we had all kinds of problems. We tried to do a joint meeting from the church and Zoom, and we were having some internet problems, and I don't think we had enough that was to put together to have a video from November. So if you're 10 years from now, if you're looking at this and trying to figure out where November is, you're not going to find it. So, all right. I was looking around. I don't see Ham on here, but does anybody else want to have the honors of doing what Ham normally does about right now in the meeting?
All right, I'll move we accept the minutes
What about the treasurer's report?
and the treasurer's report.
There you go. All
I
right.
second.
All right. Lynn seconds. We had Ned making the motion. All in favor? All right. And yeah, I agree with whoever it was that was saying that earlier. Ned, I heard you on the radio Friday night. I had the radio on just to see if anybody was on there, and you were giving reports as the storm was going across Memphis, and appreciate you doing that. That was late at night, and but it was good to hear you doing it.
Well, I lost power like Pat did, but I went outside and got in the car.
Oh, okay. There you go. Be resourceful.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
There you go. Always got a backup plan. Well, I tell you what, while we're on that, and I know everybody else has got some announcements, and I didn't warn her about this, but Mary Jean, I've seen on your Facebook, you've been keeping up with a lot of stuff that's going on because of the storm and everything. Is there anything that, while I'm thinking about it, and we're talking about the storm, anything in particular that you know of that we could help with or need to know about?
Yeah, I was actually going to ask them to mention something. So for those who don't know, I'm actually up in Weakley County right now. I've been helping out for the past 2 days with some of the disaster relief. And because I've got friends who live in Dresden, and actually, well, being up in Martin, I spent a lot of time in Dresden and everything. So once they put out the call for volunteers, because thanks to the training that I took because of amateur radio and Aries and the classes and everything, I knew to make sure to wait until then. Once they put out the call for volunteers, I got up here and was able to help out for a few days, but it's bad.
Did you put your name in?
Say again.
Did you put your name in?
Put my name in for.
I think that's something else. Let me mute.
Oh.
There we go. Okay.
but it's bad. And when I was younger, I saw a little bit of tornado damage, and I think probably the Putnam County stuff. And I know a lot of other cities have had EF3 or EF4 tornado damage, but it was certainly the worst I've seen. And it's just, I have a friend who lives up here, and he said he had some broken windows and a little bit of roof damage, but then the neighbor across the street doesn't have a house anymore. And so it's pretty bad. But the good thing that I've noticed is that a lot of people in the area have really come together, and I've had a lot of folks reach out trying to ask, well, what supplies can we donate or whatnot. But every time I get ready to share that information, it seems like so many people in the area up here are jumping in to get that donated. So I guess if you happen to see anything with the Dresden tornado relief or really anywhere, I just encourage you probably to share if you feel like you can, and if you have the ability to. Even as little as $5 might help, quite a bit, because they'll have a lot of rebuilding to do for years to come, probably more than a decade. But I did want to mention, I guess, that I certainly appreciate all the Elmers in here that I've had, and especially John with Aries and everybody else who have contributed to training of some sort, and who have encouraged and helped out with training and all the community service activities. And I mean, I can mention it more later, but just to keep it short, there's no doubt in my mind that the training, either the FEMA classes that we've taken for Aries to be up on that training, and then all the community service activities, even something as simple as knowing how to document and log certain things at certain times, actually came in quite, it was very helpful, and it allowed me to kind of give back to the area up here when nobody else really knew what to do in certain things. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who's helped out and encouraged with all that training. It's certainly, we may not be doing a lot of amateur radio stuff up here right now for this, but the training and everything that we do certainly makes its way back to the community. So.
Who is in control, like mission control or state control when you?
Well, so that's been an interesting process to see. I'll say it that way. They finally have it. They're starting to get more consistent, but there's a group. It's, I think, the Southern Baptist Disaster Relief. They've tasked them with being in charge of volunteers. And then there's another group, I think, called Be the Village, that they've tasked with handling donations and supplies and handouts. The Weekly County Emergency Management has been, I guess, kind of helping. And then the Weekly County Emergency Management in the city of Dresden, I would assume, it seems like, have been working together to just task different groups with being responsible. But we've seen a little bit of TEMA around, but I would have expected, I guess, some more TEMA representatives or even FEMA representatives. And they may be out and I just haven't seen them. But it definitely seems to be more of a local effort right now. So some of the stuff that we did over the past 2 days, we've been documenting certain things to get it to FEMA. So I think they're hoping that with certain documentation, it sounds like they're going to try to get some FEMA volunteer assistance down here soon. But I mean, that would be just my observations. I'm not in that inner circle to know what they're trying to do, but it seems like that's what they're trying to do. So.
Well, that's great. That's great. Like I said, I'm on your on my Facebook page, and I know that you've been posting on quite a bit of stuff lately. So I know you were active. And, appreciate the update. It would be interesting if you would, maybe kind of keep some, and I know you probably will because you're good about that. Keep some notes and thoughts and ideas for keeping us updated maybe next month of what you've learned and what you've done, and it'd be a definite learning experience. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And something else too. I mean, I guess, I know we talk all the time and stress through this group, training is key, and practice is key. And I guess I kind of took it for granted that coming into a situation that there would be a lot more people who were familiar with, you know, not necessarily disaster response, but kind of how just different events, how you can kind of come together and follow directions and do certain things. And I took that for granted. But I mean, it's certainly been, there's definitely some things that I've thought about that I want to really ramp up my training. And also I know John, we talked about this in Erie's, I think in November's meeting, about like getting certain lists together for contacts and all that. So it was just interesting to see
Yeah.
how we had already as a group started talking about certain things, how we can be better prepared.
I get
And
the
then
ability
something
to
like this
rename, and
happens
that's where you
and,
can put your name in.
I mean, it's clear. I mean, stuff that we had talked about making sure we wanted to do as Aries members, I mean, are the same things that after this experience, hands down, it would have been beneficial if they would have had something like that up here. So it's exciting to see that we've already got that in play. But yeah, I'll come together with some lists,
Yeah, great.
talking points or something.
Well, hey, speaking of John, I see John on here. You have anything else to add? Is there any
First off, kudos Mary Jean for helping out up there. I'm sure they greatly appreciated it. And anyway, really, I can't really think of much to add. I do know that the National Weather Service had a net going on as well as the storms are moving through, and would just encourage anybody that can to get Skywarn trained when participating in any of those nets. So do the training. Same way with Aries. You know, the incident command system is a real thing. It's being used in several locations right now, and gives us the ability to interface for any need that may arise. I've also been doing a little bit of checking, but I haven't found much from the ARRL as far as a response to this. So I'm keeping my eyes and ears open for any opportunities that we may be able to serve. So if I hear anything, I'll definitely pass it along. So
okay, yeah, that's what I was wanting to, if there's definitely, you might know of anything else that's in the works or anything that we can do individually or as a group to help, and definitely keep us updated. But
I thought about reaching out to David Norris to see if they have, any needs. So.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. And I think we all
It would be
know.
Dave Thomas you need to talk to, since he's
Well,
Tennessee section
yeah.
manager.
I was just thinking that Tennessee doesn't have as many affected areas as Arkansas does, and so I thought that maybe David Norris might know of some needs too. But yes, I can go through Dave Thomas as well.
Okay.
For Arkansas, it'd be Jay Ferguson, who's his Arkansas section manager.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, good. But yeah, I mean, we all know that there's an immediate need, but we all also need to keep in mind it's going to be a very long-term thing. I was not too long ago, what was it, October, I was down in Louisiana, southern Louisiana, below New Orleans, helping with still some recovery from the hurricane down there, and that was months ago. So something like this goes on longer than people realize, and so keep your eyes and ears open for any opportunities that individually or as a group that we can do, and it's not that far, we can get up there some weekend or something and help out with whatever needs to be done. It'd be a great experience. All right, Joe, I was stalling while you were turned around there, but while you're unmuted, you're usually good for some announcements and updates. What you got?
Well, the general class, we had 6 people test, and 6 people got their general, and 1 web tested early. So there were 7 out of that class that got their
So
license.
7 out of 6. All right.
No, 7 out of 13.
Okay.
12, 11.
Okay.
But and one person was in North Carolina, and so she would have to get her test over there, and she hadn't tested yet, as far as I know. I left a message on her cell phone the other day asking if she had let me know when she got her general. And then have put together a extra class. It looks like we have about 8 people signed up for the extra class starting January the 3rd through February the 14th. As I hope February the 14th isn't going to be a bad night for testing, but anyway, we might have to change that, but
Yeah.
have that one going. And then after that, probably we'll start a tech class, but I usually try to wait until get into the extra class. I usually don't go more than about a little over a month actually soliciting people for a class. It's in the Sparks that in the training classes line that we'll probably have it. And if they're wanting a license, they need to send me the information. But I've gotten to where, why should I commit when the students won't commit when it's 2 months out?
Yeah.
And so I wait until a month and try to do it. So that's that for testing. One thing that I do want to do is on net control as the Delta Club net. We've got a number of volunteers that put in time every month calling the net, and with that I have an electronic certificate that I will be sending to each one of them, thanking them for their service in calling the net. And if anybody is interested in calling the net, let me know. We'll see if we can work. We've got some alternates already, but we can possibly have some more alternates as well for net control operators. And on the Karen Chancellor
Yeah.
sale, we have made our money plus some. As a matter of fact, I sold Cliff Wentworth one of the pass-through cables the other night at Jason's, or other day at Jason's. So we and it was a brand new one, and he said it worked last night for him, so that's good. This is a I'm trying to think the brand. It starts with a C.
Comet.
Comet. It's a flat cable that you can put in windows, pass through windows, or pass under doors. And you have a SO239 connector on both ends. Their Comet sells them for $52. But they work quite well. And we had a couple of them from Karen, one brand new and one used. We still got the used one. And the brand new one, the used one is in the list that is at the end of the training classes section of equipment available. If anybody's interested, contact me or Steve, and depending on where that equipment is, we'll get it to you, because some of it's at Steve's father's house and some of it's at my house. And I think that is, let me call out the net control operators. Just for Saturday night, we have John Reiners and John Vollmer. Sunday, Art Barnett. Monday is Barry Mundy. Tuesday is Tom Budis, and Bob Walter just stepped down, and taking his place is Kerry Blackwell. And then on Wednesday, we have Ian Lucas, Barry McDonald, Jason Terrell, and soon to be will be KN4. Where are you?
Paul Broom.
Paul Broom, KN4 WGX will be in that alternate sequence. And Thursday is Ed Itkin. Friday is Carolyn Horn and Mary Jean Hall. And then Perry Hayes has stepped up quite a bit also as an alternate. And we thank them all for their service. And on Friday night, Carolyn and Mary Jean do double duty with the 440 net as well. And we thank you for your service. And that's it, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I knew that you were going to talk about the net controllers, and then I realized that when I send out my president's corner, I usually do sincerely thank the net controllers, and I got a little off script this month and didn't do it, and I felt bad about that because that is a big commitment. You know, people devote at least one night a week to doing that. And you know, I was talking to somebody the other day that's from out of town but was in here and was talking about radio stuff, and he said they just doing that like once a week or something. And I think you said they do it once a week, and they have 10 or 12 people that do that once a week, and we've got at least that to do it every night. 24, you know, not 24/7. We've got every night, you know, 7 days a week, holidays, and no matter what. So that is something special, and we all appreciate it. All right. And then on your training, Joe, am I not correct? Don't you on the extra? I just want to emphasize, you normally just do the extra of just one class a year, don't you? Or is it more than once?
Once a year.
Yeah, so once a year. So if somebody is interested in doing extra, and you're thinking, oh, I don't want to do it now, I'll do it later. There's no later. It's now or not. But later is the next year. So this is a good time to do it.
And also it might be, I don't know when the FCC is going to implement their application fee, but the extra class might be finish up and before the application fee gets implemented. That's additional $35.
Ooh, wow. Okay. All right, but I did want to emphasize, because I knew when I got mine, it was, I think, unless you change things, and I should know better, but I thought, yeah, you generally just, because there's a limited number of people that do the extra, you just do it once a year. So if you're thinking you're going to do it later, you might want to reconsider.
It'll be 2023.
Yep. All right. I'm just kind of looking here. Anybody, John, you know, we kind of hit you. Anything else for Aries you usually?
Well, actually, we won't be meeting this month. So if anyone's looking for an Aries meeting in December, we typically don't meet in December. So we'll have the month off, but pick back up in January 2022. I know that at one point I was hopeful that we'd be able to start meeting in person for that January meeting, but can't say with any type of certainty at this moment whether that'll happen or not. So
I know it. I feel your pain. Okay, well, good. I just wanted to let you have an opportunity, because you usually kind of well, I know a lot of your members are members here, and it's a good time for you to give them an update. Okay.
Steve, can
yeah.
we find out who the iPhone person is?
Yeah, I saw that.
No call sign.
Yeah. If you want to remain anonymous, that's okay. But if you want credit for the meeting, if you could, oh, they dropped off. We scared them off. All right. That's all right. All right. Just kind of looking through here, see if I can pick on anybody in particular, but anybody else have any other announcements? Let's see here. Anybody want to really get anything out of here? Not that I've seen anything in particular.
Hey, Steve,
Yeah.
I did want to mention one thing. And I'd kind of hope to do a little bit more with this, but I'm not home where I've got everything that I don't have any of my radio stuff outside of radios. So, but I did just want to take a minute just to say thank you for your service for Steve Frazier. So yourself, Ian Lucas and Ray Cole, for the time spent on the board of directors, especially Steve, as long as you've served. It's certainly made a difference and helped out the club. And it's been a hard, well, at this point, it's been a hard 2 years, but it's certainly been enjoyable to serve our club with you all. So I just want to say thank you for your time spent serving the club.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. And like I said, in the president's corner, I definitely feel good that we're gonna have a good transition. Mary Jean's behind I've I've been doing this for 4 years, so I kind of started losing some steam. In the last 2 years were the ones that I needed the most steam, but I lost a little steam here toward the end, and Mary Jean's filled in and done well. But over the years, there's things that I don't know if y'all knew how much she was involved with. We did the bicentennial for Memphis. She had quite a bit to do with that. She's the bylaws, which was something that's been going on for years and years. That was one of the things that I wanted to do this year, and she brought it up, and she took the lead on that and did a great job on that. But she's done a lot of things, and I look forward to some more in the future. And I agree, the board members that are staying on, they're going to be great. And Ray and Ian have done a great job with programs that we've had. It's the programs have been a little bit different to do for the last year or so, and they've stepped up and been able to do that and adapt. So we're going to be in good shape. We're going to make it. All right. Anybody else have anything else? Speaking of programs, we have a video that we can show, but I didn't realize it was that long. It's like a 30-minute long video. Ray, what was it? It's something to do with World War II station that did something, or?
Yeah, it is a tour of the radio room on the SS Red Oak Victory Museum ship.
Okay. I mean, we've got that where we can hit play and do it. Are y'all wanting to watch a 30-minute video right now, or do we want to just chew the fat for a little bit more, and with everybody being busy this time of year, just have kind of a short meeting and call it quits? What's kind of the feeling? Anybody wanting to see the video, or? All right, I'm not seeing a whole lot of response. Anybody rather just say, hey, let's.
Could you put up a link for it so we could watch it?
I was gonna say we could put up a link for it and you could see it.
Yeah, this is one Ian brought up, and it is pretty slow moving. It's basically interviewing the guy who restored the radio room on this ship, and he is very intimate with all the equipment, tells how it works, opens it up, and at the end does some CW contracts from the station. But it was interesting how much he knows about the equipment. considering he was never in the military. So anyway, Ian came up with it, and I was tasked with showing it. If
That's
you
fine.
want to see
That's
it.
fine. That's fine. I mean, yeah, I
And
knew
I
the
think
topic.
probably a link is a good idea. I think.
Yeah,
'cause it
let's
is-
let's do that. You know, we're already 30 minutes into the meeting, and 30 minutes would put us at about an hour of what we normally do. But I'm wondering if we might lose some people, and I'd rather not do that. All right. So yeah, in fact, I've got the link from Ian. I'll be honest, I didn't watch it when he sent the link because I knew I was going to be probably watching it tonight, but I didn't realize it was that long. I'll send it out somehow. If anybody's on it, I know we got quite a few on our Facebook page. I'll definitely put it there, and I'll see if there's some way. Now I'm going to post this. We do have, if we got anybody new, we do have a YouTube page where I post the videos. So I'll put this video on there, and then I'll try to put a link in with that however I need to do that. Y'all are stretching me a little bit, but we'll figure it out. I'll get my grandson to help me. All right. Anybody have anything else?
Mary
Question?
Jean, you keeping your hours?
Oh, absolutely.
All right. Questions, comments, concerns? All right. I tell you what, I've got. I thought Joe had mentioned the certificates, and I took a minute, and now I got to figure out how to share my screen here. I put together. Whoop! I can't do that. How do I share my? I got something here for. I was wanting to share. I can't figure out how to do it. I'll just do that. Y'all seeing something different on the screen there?
No.
No, well, that didn't work.
It's at the bottom of my screen, Steve.
It's at the bottom. But, oh, wait a minute. Let me see if I change. Let me do this. Let me do that. I think I can change the view to speaker view. And then if I do this, does that work?
No,
Not yet.
Oh, come
You gotta
on.
do share screen and then hit it.
Share screen.
if you hit the wrong button, it blows up.
Oh, share screen. I see it. I see it. I see it. I see what I got to do. I see what I got to do. Does that work?
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
You misspelled chief.
Well, Joe, this is for you, and you would understand and appreciate it. This is to recognize Joe Lowenthal as the editor-in-chief. This is to acknowledge Joe for the time and the patience he has spent checking all the content of Sparks and other materials to ensure that they are more better to protect the image of Delta Club. This is also to thank Joe for being a mentor to so many other over the years. If y'all don't know it, when I said
Well,
president. All right, Joe, I'll send you this.
Misspelled editor too.
Huh?
You misspelled editor and you misspelled chief.
This could end up being a contest. How many errors are in this?
But you spelled the most important part correct. Joe's name.
You better believe it.
In your name.
I did not want to get his name wrong.
SCW.
But y'all may or may not know it. The President's Corner goes, a rough draft goes out to Joe before it gets published, and it's kind of a contest between me and him. How many errors I'm going to have, and I was down to one. I left out one small word on the last one, so I was pretty happy. So
You
But,
never proof your own material.
there you go. There you go.
That's an unwritten law in the journalism.
Well, it is. It is. I'm bad about. I'm one of those that I know what I wanted to say, and I'll read through it, and I'll I'll read into it what, let's see, how do I stop this? Let's see. Share. All right, stop sharing. Okay. But,
Thank you, Steve.
I'll
It's,
see.
well, it's something that I took over also editing James Butler's articles. And I just think that it should be, if we're going to put out a news bulletin, have it as professional as possible. And James sends me his 2 articles and the pictures, and I go through it. And he's gotten better in recent years, but there were quite a few early on. And then I send Mike the corrections and carbon copy James to say thanks or let him know what it's been. But lately it's been pretty minor for James as well. And I also do it I've been doing it for the minutes of the board meeting and the regular meeting. So
I know it. And that's it. That is the thing. And that's why I put that in there. You don't do it to be nitpicky. You do it because you want the club to look good, and that's because of your pride in the club. And I appreciate that. So.
And we're lucky to have somebody that does proof like that.
Yes. Yeah.
Especially after reading your last certificate.
Yeah. I should have let Joe proofread the certificate.
I shouldn't have said that.
Well, I went to UT Knoxville. What can you say? All right. Okay. All right. Anybody got anything else? This is the last year, last meeting of the year. All right. Well, I don't see anything else. I do want to say thank you for all the help and support. Oh, I know there's one thing I wanted to say. I should have said Swamp Stompers. We are having Swamp Stompers. That's Saturday, January the 15th. If anybody's interested in that, I'll hit up some of the people that have done it before. But if we've got some new people, that's an event that it's a race through the rough part. Yeah, Shelby Forest. It's not like some of the bike races.
Rain, shine, sleet, or snow.
And they like the worse it is, the more they like it. Yeah. But it's not one of them like the bike races where we follow them around or anything. Thank goodness, because they are out on the trails where it's rough and everything. But we've got some people at what about 3 or 4 rest areas to monitor that. So if anybody is, and we use probably going to use the Wave 2 repeater if it seems to be holding up okay. Barry and I will probably test that a little bit before and make sure that it is going to work okay. But it's something you can use, with a tech license. A lot of the places you could use a handheld. A mobile would be a little bit better, but that's one of the first event we're going to have this year or next year. Hopefully we'll have more. We usually help with several bike rides and different events, and I'm hoping those are going to come back.
Test the 440 machine as well when you do the check.
We probably will. Yeah. We'll do the 440 and the 82, and that might. I don't think we've thought of that one before as our backup before. That may be our backup if we do have trouble with that during the day of the event. Field day, or not field day, Free Fest. They're planning, the group that does that is planning on having Free Fest next year. So,
August, April the 9th.
April the 9th. That's in Bartlett. My gosh, we all thought this thing was going to last 2 weeks, and it's going on over 2 years. So surely pretty soon we're going to be back to whatever normal is, and that would be great. All right. Well, like I said, I do appreciate all the help and support over the years. I'm still going to be, unfortunately, I'm still going to be around, but I'll just be stepping back a little bit. I've worked with some people and we found a few spots for the presidential library. I'll keep y'all updated on that.
Shelby Forest.
Yeah. All right. So anybody have anything else? All right. I appreciate it. I wish everybody Merry Christmas, happy and safe New Year, and see you soon.
Thank you, Steve, for all you did.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank
Yep.
Steve.
All right.
Thank you. Everybody have a
Thank
Merry
you,
Christmas.
Steve.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas, everybody. Thank y'all.
Stay safe.
Still there, Mary Jean?
Yeah.
Hey, let me stop recording here.